Hello YouTube, how's it going? I am Good Football TV, and today I'm posting my first ever video on the Good Football TV YouTube channel. Today, with it being the eve of Wild Card Weekend in the NFL, I'm going to be giving my predictions and my scores for the games upcoming. With that being said, we'll move on to the first game I'm going to cover, and that is the Chicago Bears, the 2 seed, taking on the Green Bay Packers, the 7 seed in the NFC. The game will be played on Saturday, January 10th in Chicago, and the Packers are actually favored 1.5 under. So for this game, it's actually a pretty special game for me. I won't lie, I'm a Bears fan, and this is one of the first times I've ever seen the Bears make the playoffs. So pretty important game in my opinion. Looking at injuries, Micah Parsons obviously out with his torn ACL. The Bears are getting Rome Odunze and Kyler Gordon back. It's looking like on both sides a lot of questionables to play in the games. Notably, guys like Dontavion Wicks for the Packers and Zach Tom on the offensive line. For the Bears, Kyler Gordon and Rome Odunze are both possibles. And also looking at the weather, I think that it is supposed to rain and snow later into the night, which this game is being played at 7 p.m. Central Time. I do think that the Bears will lean on the run quite a bit with the weather. I think the Packers will try to do the same. My final score prediction is 24-20 Bears. I think the Bears will get it done. I think it'll be a close game all the way through. And I honestly think it'll be an exciting game, you know. And win or lose, I think I'm at least happy that the Bears-Packers rivalry is competitive. And I hope that it stays competitive for the years to come because, I mean, it's been pretty discouraging watching the Packers beat the crap out of the Bears for the last, 30 years, you might as well say, which is like quite a bit longer than I've been alive. But yeah, I think the Bears will get it done in this one and hopefully move on to the divisional round. With that being said, we'll move on to our next game that I will cover, and that is the 3 seed Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 6 seed San Francisco 49ers. This game will be played on Sunday, January 11th at 3:30 Central Time, 4:30 Eastern Time. And the Eagles are actually 5.5-point favorites over the 49ers. Looking at injuries, starting for the Eagles, Lane Johnson, with his foot injury, was limited in practice. Dallas Goedert, as well, was limited in practice with a knee injury. They've both been very beneficial to the Eagles this season. Dallas Goedert with 11 touchdowns on the year. Marcus Eaps is back with full participation. Same for Nakobe Dean. And Jalen Carter also has limited participation in practice with his hip injury. But I really think they will all play. Looking on the 49ers side of things, D. Winters, he did not participate in practice with his ankle injury. Trent Williams was limited. Ricky Pearsall did not participate. They're resting Christian McCaffrey. George Kittle should be back. He had limited participation in practice. And then if you saw last week, Bethune actually went out with an injury and will not be back. And obviously Fred Warner, the heart and soul of that defense, he's been out for the majority of the year. But if they win this game, they will make it back, or he will make it back to play in the divisional round. That is kind of their schedule for him. In terms of weather, 47 degrees, pretty mild, not too bad for this time in January. I know that the 49ers kind of got stumped last week against the Seahawks, but I do think they will win this game. Once again, I think it'll be a close one. I'm thinking probably 31-27. Because, I mean, before that game, the 49ers offense was just ridiculous. They were just throwing up points. They only punted twice in the month of December, both coming in the Bears game. And I think as long as they're scoring on the Eagles, I don't care what their defense does. I think they will win the game. I think it'll be close for the most part, once again, like most playoff games are, I would say. But yeah, I have the 49ers actually going on the road and winning this one. And lastly, on the NFC side of the bracket, we have the 4-seed Carolina Panthers taking on the 5-seed Los Angeles Rams. This game will be played on January 10th at 3:30 Central Time. The Panthers winning the NFC South, have an 8-9 record. The Rams getting the number one wild card. Well, number one wild card spot at 12-5. These two teams did play in Week 13, with the Panthers coming out on top, 31-28. That was a big game. But looking at injuries, other than Derek Brown on the defensive line, the Panthers are a pretty healthy team coming into this game, which is a good sign for them. You have Brandon Fisk, who's limited, Tyler Higbee, who's limited, but Devontae Adams is most likely going to be back. And looking at most of their players, they're probably going to be pretty healthy as well, which is a good sign for them. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I got the Rams winning this one, and I think they will win by multiple scores, by a score of 27-17. I know that the Panthers did beat them earlier in the season, but I think Sean McVay will adjust, and I think the Rams' offense is just too high-powered in this one. I think that they will exploit weaknesses within the Panthers' defense. I think they will run the ball very, very well. And obviously Matthew Stafford has been playing like an MVP apart from the Falcons game. And I think they will take this game and move on to the divisional round. All right, with that being said, we will move on to the AFC side of the bracket, where we'll start with the 2-seed Pats taking on the 7-seed Chargers. This game is in Foxborough on Sunday at 7 p.m. Once again, in this game, looking at injuries for both teams, it seems like both teams will be pretty healthy in this one. Justin Herbert, full participation, same with Khalil Mack and Keenan Allen. Looking at the Patriots, Kayshon Boutte is limited, but I'm sure he will play. And Robert Spillane was full for the week. Two big players on that team. Also, Hunter Henry, full for Thursday. So I do see them all playing. Looking at the weather, you're looking at around the high 30s to low 40s, it looks like, for the game on Sunday, which isn't too bad. Kind of like I said, for January. It could be a lot worse in Foxborough for sure. With that being said, I do think the Chargers will pull this one out and end up winning. It'd be a very, very close game, maybe even a 1-point game. I'm going to go 24-23 Chargers. The only thing that scares me with the Patriots, I know they're 14-3, and I know Drake May has been playing lights out, but I do think the strength of schedule plays a very big part in a lot of their wins. I mean, they had the easiest schedule in the NFL this season. They beat just one team above 500, and that was the Bills. And obviously, I mean, it's not all their fault. You don't really get to pick your schedule. But the Chargers made the playoffs last year, played some tougher teams, and still ended up being 11-6. Therefore, I think that the Chargers will get it done. They do have the weather on their side because the Chargers do play in a dome. But I think 24-23 is going to be the final score. I think the Chargers will move on. Moving on to the next game, we have the 3-seed Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the 6-seed Buffalo Bills. This game will be played on Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Time. Looking at the injury report, it looks like the Bills may be without Terrell Bernard. He has not practiced the past couple days, but they do get Matt Milano back from his injury. Looking at some others, Jordan Poyer, limited participation. Josh Allen with full participation. He should be good to go. Joey Bosa should be good to go. Looking at the Jags, they really don't have – they only have 6 guys listed on the injury report. They should be just fine in terms of injuries. And also looking at the weather, it looks like it's going to be a very temperate day with a high of 65. Slight chance of rain, but nothing too crazy. And this one is probably the one where I'm most conflicted because obviously the Bills, they are a perennial playoff team. I think they've made the playoffs every year since 2019. Jags kind of the new kids on the block, 13-4 this season. Liam Cohen has done a great job. I think they're on an 8-game win streak. They are a really hot team. And as much as I want to take the Bills, because I do like the Bills, I'm probably going to have to go and take the Jags to win this one. Once again, pretty close game. I think it'll be a shootout. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, 38-34. I'll take the Jags. I think they've just been so on pace this season, especially these last couple games. Trevor Lawrence has been on fire. That offense has been firing on all cylinders. And I mean, after watching what they did to the Broncos, I mean, I think this team could throw up any amount of points on any team pretty consistently. And I think that is going to be basically the big key factor in this game is, can the Bills get stops? And if so, can their offense and Josh Allen produce enough points to win the game? Which is pretty obvious takeaway. I mean, that's kind of any NFL game. But I think that's basically what it comes down to. So I have the Jags winning this one 38-34. And last but not least, we have the Monday night game on January 12th at 7:15. The 4-seed Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the 5-seed Houston Texans. Now looking at injuries for the Texans, two big names to watch, Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley Jr., both guys in that secondary. Derek Stingley Jr., if he's out, that's a big loss. I mean, same with Lassiter, to a very, very good Texans defense, but it looks like at least Stingley may play. He is limited. Lassiter did not participate at all. And for the Steelers, a lot of big names on here. You got Rodgers and T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward, Skoranek, who is a Pro Bowler for special teams, Jaylen Warren. Have a lot of big names here. But it does look like most of them will be back. Most have full participation. Only one that didn't practice was Jaylen Warren, and that's because he's sick. I'm sure he'll be ready for the game on Monday. And I won't lie, I was kind of indecisive on this game, trying to figure out who I think will win. I really don't see there being a lot of points scored between these two teams. I think it'll be a very defensive game. Both have pretty solid defenses. But at the end of the day, I think that the Houston Texans will pull this one out by a score of 17-13. I don't see a lot of scoring happening. Like I said, two prolific defenses that will get the job done. I really don't have much else to say there. I don't see either offense going crazy. I think it'll be a pretty conservative game. But I do think the Texans will march out of Pittsburgh with the win. All right, and so with that, that is my 2025 wild card playoff predictions. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like the channel, I mean, obviously this is the first video, there's not much to see, but subscribe. It's honestly up to you guys. I'm just wanting to make videos because I enjoy it. That's really all I have to say. Thank you for watching if you watched it. And hopefully we see some good football this weekend. Peace.